The date is March 8th, 2022, and I'm casually browsing Twitter when I stumble across this amazing tweet from Tonya giving praise to Elisa Laura, who helped her with Bitcoin, making a profit of $10,500. The tweet Tonya was replying to had absolutely nothing to do with Bitcoin or crypto. It was an article about Giancarlo Esposito and what he'll be doing with AMC after Better Call Saul ends with Season 6. Go watch the series, by the way, it's quite good. I shouldn't have to say that this is a scam, but this is a scam, and since I had nothing better to do on that day, I figured I would scambait this Lisa Laura. Here's how that went. So here's the account of Lisa, who is supposedly going to make me a lot of money in Bitcoin. The first thing I did was take Lisa's profile picture and reverse image search it, which surprisingly turned up nothing. This might mean that this profile picture the scammer is using is from something like thispersondoesnotexist.com, or maybe it really is them, but I doubt it. It's also possible they took this from someone else, either from some random person I just couldn't find, or possibly a victim of theirs. And so because I don't know the origin of this image, I'll have to censor it. I also looked through her tweets and found that Lisa was telling random people to DM her, but she was also sending out the exact same tweet Tonya did, recommending someone else entirely. Yeah, that's not fishy at all. So let's finally get to the scam baiting. I messaged Lisa saying, "Hello there. I was told by someone you would be able to help me with Bitcoin." Now, I'm doing this on my personal Twitter account, which I wouldn't recommend doing, especially if you have any personal information on it, but I did it here because, well, Twitter doesn't really like it when I create a new account and they just suspend any new account I try to make. This happened because I told an unsavory character to report himself some hoes on New Year's Day last year. I don't really know how my current account is still standing, but that's besides the point. If you want to scam bait, use an account specifically to scam bait. The only reason I didn't is because Twitter literally won't let me. Don't give Twitter your phone number, by the way. Anyway, I did not get a response from Lisa for a few hours, so I just waited there for 3 hours until she finally responded. "Hello, how are you doing? Thanks for connecting with me. It's my pleasure to introduce myself before you. I am Lisa from New York, and you? I see you follow me. I guess you might be interested in Bitcoin trading." And I don't know what Lisa meant by this, as I wasn't following her on Twitter. Maybe she meant I had heard about her or something. I don't really know. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was out running a few errands. Which was a lie. I was pretty much just playing games. Alright. My name is Michael and I currently live in Georgia. Again, more lies. My name isn't Mike, it's just a scam baiting alias I made up. Mike Spammer. Get it? Mike Spammer. I thought it was clever at least. Also, I don't live in Georgia. I live in Ohio. I know. Spare your sympathies. The reason I chose Georgia as my fake location is just because there's a city there called Ohio, and I figured if the scammer actually decided to check my page and see my location, then call me out, I could fall back on that, but that never happened. Alright, so are you interested in trading Bitcoin? Yes, I am. The scammer then asks if I have ever heard of a site called FNX Crypto. I say I haven't, which was true. She then also asks if I used WhatsApp. I say I haven't, which was also true. She then asks why, and I responded saying I never saw a use for it. Now, you may notice that for each one of my messages, the scammer here uses reaction emojis. Typically hearts, but sometimes mixing it up. I have absolutely no idea why she did this. My only guess is that it was some kind of way to build trust, some kind of trust, but that's only just a guess. Again, I have really no clue why they did this. So, let me enlighten you on how it works. Are you ready to learn and start earning money like everyone else? Absolutely. Something may have caught your eye here. They did not explain how WhatsApp worked. I probably should have pointed it out, but I never did. Too late now anyway. Oh well. Lisa then starts explaining what FNX crypto is, saying so many individuals has jumped into it right now. This is the first grammar error I actually noticed, but as of writing the first draft for this, I also noticed it is one of the highest paid investment treasury in the world, so just one treasury. Nice. Lisa then puts up a wall of text about crypto that I don't even understand because I'm not a crypto bro, and that's probably not real anyway because, you know, this is a scam, and Lisa has no incentive to tell the truth for the sake of their scam. They then ask if I understand, and I say, I think I do, which, again, I don't, nor do I care to. Then asking me what my plan is, and out of partial genuine confusion and partial just wanting to waste time, I asked what they meant by this. They just replied, so can we proceed now? Yeah, that's not an answer, so I asked again. They just replied by saying it was the next step. I replied, understood, but I was confused on what that meant. If you could just elaborate a bit further, it would be very much appreciated. They just pasted in another message from before. We are organization. No comment.
Minor spell.
I finally said I understand now. So are you ready to create your personal trading account and start earning money like everyone else? FNXCrypto.com. Kindly visit our website to create your personal trading account. Give me a screenshot once you are done. Okay, but it might take a while due to another errand I have to run. That was yet another lie because there was no way I was about to visit a website I've never heard of while interacting with a scammer, so I used a browser tool to ensure FNXCrypto.com was actually safe to visit. And while this conversation was still happening, I noticed the scammer changed profile pictures and, Oh shit, it's a white guy! Yeah, for some reason, Lisa decided to change avatars from a black person to a white person, because that's something that happens. I hopefully shouldn't have to explain why this is a red flag. But since they decided to just casually swap teams, I wanted to see if I would have any more luck reverse searching this image and see if I could find anything, unlike the last one. But unfortunately, the results here also turned up nothing, so I will also be censoring this person's face, of course assuming they are real and not from this person does not exist. Lisa told me this is why I need to use WhatsApp and that she's more active on there. I said I would see about it. Are you going to get the WhatsApp now? Yes, the WhatsApp. It's a great brand, just like the Microsoft and the UPS. Here's more stuff about me downloading the WhatsApp. I won't go over everything, but you can read it for yourself if you want. Lisa also asks when I'm going to create the trading account she wants, and, you know, the true answer is never, but she doesn't need to know that. I came back almost an hour later saying I was done with my non-existent errand, and we finally agreed to start the non-existent crypto plan. She asks me to create a trading account on FNX Crypto, then to take a screenshot. I will warn you now, it became a trend for her to ask for a screenshot. In fact, I'll even make a counter for it. And if you're curious, here's the site that she keeps mentioning. I say I'm following her instructions, even though I'm not. But I do see an opportunity with this insistence that I send her a screenshot. Some of you may have heard about this website called Grabify.link before. It's a website that allows you to view someone's IP address and some other really funny personal information, as long as they click a link you provide them. Being a fan of Pleasant Green, Go subscribe to him, by the way. I figured it would be worth a shot to get this person's IP address and find out where they really are. Because it's probably not New York like they say it is. But I also had another idea in tandem with the IP grabber idea. A really funny idea. You see, I occasionally watch another YouTuber, FitMC, and I had remembered watching a certain video of his a while ago. Has 2B2T been backdoored, where, Fit talks about a certain group that was using an exploit to find bases in the server, which they would then leak using the excellent medium of memes. I think you can see where this is going. I asked why a screenshot was needed. She told me it was to help guide me through the process. Okay. I said I might have to upload the screenshot to Imgur since I'm on a computer trying to set up my bait. She asked what screenshot, like she forgot somehow already. I asked if we could continue on WhatsApp, and she was very obviously happy to. I said I didn't know how to give my number, which was and still is true. I have no idea how to use or navigate this dumb app the lizard man owns, and that this scammer insisted I install, all the while still asking for a screenshot. I said again I would have to upload it to Imgur. Lisa asked if I was really ready for this. Why do Nigerian scammers always ask if you're ready for something? Does anybody else wonder that, or is it just me? Maybe she was getting suspicious, finding it potentially weird how I can't take screenshots with my computer. Which, I can. I just made it the fuck up.
My source is that I made it the fuck up!
Anyway, I said I finally found out my number, but she gives hers to me, too. Awkward flirting, if you consider getting scammed as flirting. So this is where the conversation shifts from being on Twitter to being on WhatsApp. I messaged Lisa on WhatsApp asking if I got the right number. She confirmed it was before once again asking for that pesky screenshot. I just said I'm working on it. Okay, because we have something else to do. I ask what, and she tells me I have to purchase Bitcoin to fund my trading account. She also asks if I have Cash App. I say I don't. She tells me to install it now. I ask what I need to do next, but I don't get a reply immediately, so I ask again about 10 minutes later, and I finally get a reply where she A. asks for a gift card, or B. asks for a screenshot, or C. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the answer is B. She asked for a screenshot to absolutely no one's surprise! But she also wanted a screenshot for Cash App. And then she insults me. Because, that's something someone who is a real Bitcoin investor would do, right? This is where I sent a link to Image Share, which isn't a real link. It's a Grabify link. I guess I'll go over briefly what I did to send her that link, because it's kind of interesting, to me at least. I initially planned on sending her the link via Twitter, but when I was testing it, I discovered you can't send Grabify links through Twitter, so for a bit, I was stuck on not knowing what to do and how I could send this link. But then I had an idea. I remembered that I had this Discord account that I forgot the password to about 4 years ago, and I occasionally just send memes over to it to put on my phone, my new phone. So I figured that maybe I could put the link in the DMs of that account, then copy and paste it over to my new phone. And it actually worked. And now I had the link in my possession on my phone, and had given it to the scammer, and all they had to do now was click it, and I would know where they are. Are Are you sure you are okay? I'm feeling quite well, thank you. What's the meaning of this?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And, to no one's surprise, Lisa is not living in New York like she said she was. She's actually living in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. I mean, I did say she was living in Nigeria earlier, but, you know.
Was there ever any doubt?
But I didn't just get a single report. I got 7. I won't go into detail about the rest, but I will put them on screen if you're curious. I think the rest may have just been bots operated by Lisa or whoever else is in charge of this scam. I mean, it even says generic bot on some of them. Now, let's get back to Lisa's reaction on seeing I wasn't doing as instructed. What's the meaning of this? I gave you a link so you can create your trading account. Now you are doing something else. I mean, I knew exactly what I was doing, but decided to feign ignorance for poor Lisa, saying I was lost. She gave me a link to that FNX crypto site again, then once again asked for a screenshot, but I already got what I needed. I asked what I needed to do with Cash App, and she said that's where I was going to purchase Bitcoin. And I think she tried to insult me again, saying you are not just smart, but because she can English good. It kind of came off as more of a compliment than anything, so I just responded, I have been called many things along with smart, and she just ignored that.
Click here now and give me a screenshot. Guys, it could just be me, but I think she kind of wants a screenshot or something. Just a guess though. More back and forth before I finally deliver her what she wants. A screenshot. Now, if you look closely at this image, you might notice something. A little something though. I snuck in. A little trolling, you might call it. The scammer obviously didn't notice because she said I was a fast learner, while also pointing out I have not created my account. I ask if I should create my account right now, and she confirms I should. So I get to work, quote unquote, creating my account. Little does she know what I'm actually making. And this is where we reach our end game, ladies and gentlemen, as Lisa finally thinks I'm making the account like she wanted, but in reality, I'm making something much more beautiful. After about 15 minutes, my masterpiece is done, and I write back 4 times, but Lisa isn't there anymore. She comes back the next day, and pretty much the first thing she does is ask for a screenshot. Naturally. I say one moment, which causes her to lose patience. I just say I'm looking for it. She asks which one. The one you want. Have you not created your trading account? I have. Just really insisting I give her a screenshot. I just say I'm looking through my files. She says again I have to purchase Bitcoin to fund my trading account, and then asking for a screenshot of the Cash App account. Lisa is really starting to sound like a broken record. I don't think I've seen a scammer who is a bigger fan of screenshots ever. More back and forth again, with more insistence on having a screenshot. So, I finally decide to give her what she wants. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my masterpiece. I send the image to her, telling her, here it is. But for some reason, she goes dead silent. I couldn't imagine why. 6 minutes later, I send my last message to her on WhatsApp, but it goes unread because I obviously spooked her. Her avatar she had for WhatsApp also goes blank. I don't know what this really means or why this happened because I've never used WhatsApp before this, but I feel it's worth noting nonetheless. Maybe she just blocked me, but again, I don't really know. However, I wasn't quite done yet. I did decide to go back to Twitter and message her one last time, sending her this, to really let her know that she got caught in 4K. She would then send me one last reply, and be warned, it is quite a good one. Nah, me block you, ooh. What a powerful message. And just to rub salt in the wound, I reacted to this final message with a heart emoji. And this marks the end of this scambaiting venture. She did, indeed, block me shortly after this, ooh, and as of finishing up the first draft, it would appear that her account has been fortunately suspended, as I can't find any trace of it, not even in my DMs. I also checked up on Tonya's account while writing the final draft, and same story. It had a different username, but it was still, thankfully, suspended. I'm going to end this video with just a short PSA to always be on the lookout for scammers, because if there's an opportunity, scammers will try to take advantage of you and the people you know, so always be on the lookout for the signs of scammers and just be vigilant online in general. Yeah, that's it. So, let me know what I can do to improve on my scam baiting in the future. I definitely intend on making more of these because this was a lot of fun to do. Yeah, that's it. Now, here's the outro I'm probably only going to ever use for this series.